Happy holidays, everyone. It's been a couple of months, more than a couple, since we last saw you guys, and I'm going to be the first one to admit that's on me. But we've thoroughly missed you all, and I could not let this year pass without showing you this video. We're in the middle of Christmas season, belated Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and today or right now is a time for a lot of social gatherings. And this video that Jacqueline and I created was such a great supportive video of each other's achievements and each other's boundaries. So if you can, just ignore the references about summer and then sit back, relax, and enjoy this conversation here on Color Me Well.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Color Me Well. My name is Jacqueline.
And I'm Denise.
And today we just thought we would recap because it has been a summer since you have seen us both. So thank you again for tuning in and staying loyal to us. And for the newcomers, welcome to our channel. We are so excited to talk about why we took a break and what we learned from our time away. And for me personally, Denise, I felt like a break was definitely needed. When you brought it up, to be honest, I was like, yes, that is a really, really great idea because anything that you do that you love, especially something that's a passion project that you're passionate about, you can't always do it all the time, every single day, like 24/7. It's not possible because eventually the things you love, you fall in and out of love with them. And so I really felt like this was such a great idea because we really just needed to kind of figure out, get ourselves like reset and just like really like have some time with our friends and family and just kind of come back into this with like a really fresh slate. And I feel really rejuvenated, really ready. And I'm really grateful that you suggested this. So thank you so much for that. I just wanted to put that out there. But that was like the key reason why I thought we needed a break. What was your thought process when you brought this to the table?
Yeah, I was actually very glad that you were also on board with taking a break. And for me, it was really just a method to avoid burning out. I know myself, and I also know you. I think at that point in time, we were going through a lot of, I want to say, transitions and things that we were trying to take on in various aspects of our lives. So it felt like a right time with the summer coming and with the transitions that were happening in our lives, so that it was a good time to take a step back, make sure that we took a break and not burn out. And, to your point, still maintain the passion and the love for the topic and what we're doing here in this channel.
That's really insightful and really great. It's really great that we were on the same page with that, and now we're here. We had so many things that we did, and it was great to see people again, which I think was a really big deal because last summer that was not the case. We could not really see and interact with people the way that we wanted to. And also, it felt like we were stunted. I felt like a lot of the time that the things that we were doing, it was really, really hard to actually, you know, progress and do things the way that we would have liked to had the world not gone under a pandemic. So I would say that for me, it was a really big deal because I was really just happy to get to a place where I could just like experience that. So, Denise, I was just wanting to know, taking a bit of a break from Color Me Well, what was something for you that really helped you?
Yes. So when I mentioned earlier about transitions, for me, you know this, Jacqueline, but not our viewers will likely not. But prior to coming into summer, I had been thinking of going back to school. And I was in the process of exploring the next steps in terms of my career options because I found that, thanks to Color Me Well, I found that I really missed learning about and really digging deep into topics related to psychology, which, as a human resource professional, I still got the operational level of that, but only to a certain extent. And so now I am balancing both work as well as schooling. And so us taking a break during the summer really allowed me to, just reassess my values, reassess my priorities. And I knew that if we jumped back, or if we continued without giving ourselves a break, or at least if I continued without giving myself that little breather, doing this channel and along with everything else that I'm doing currently, things are going to start feeling mechanical. So, us taking the couple of months off has really reinvigorated my passion for what we're doing. And as you said, this is a passion project. It is something that we're doing as an aside, as a hobby, because we believe in the value of having these conversations, and being able to represent these types of conversations to the internets. And so that helped me, and that was really important for me during the summer, and being able to avoid that burnout. How about you? What have happened to your life over, well, we've continued to talk and see each other offline, but let us know in terms of how that's impacted you.
Yeah. So, first of all, I just wanted to say that's amazing. I mean, told you this like in person and like, in our own private conversations. Like, I'm so proud of you for taking that step into going back to school and really revisiting that passion of yours. Like, it's a really, really big deal. And I can't believe, like, I'm so proud of you. And I just wanted to put that out there. So, I would say for me, it was really interesting because I actually got back into working out again, which was really nice. And I realized that at the time I was, pushing myself alongside a group of other women who were very, very keen to, like, meet the same goals and do the same things. And it just made me realize over time as I was doing it, like, there were certain workout programs that were really good for me. And then there were some that were just not up to my speed or up to what I wanted for my body. And then I just wasn't seeing the same results as that I wanted to. And so there came a point where I was just like, okay, you know what? I'm going to take a break from this. I'm going to stop, and I'm just going to reevaluate again, like, what it is that I really want for my body. And even in terms of nutrition and like the foods that I'm eating, like, and it's not to say that I'm going on any sort of diets or anything, but like, I think right now the big thing that's happening with a lot of people our age, it's just like, eat your fruits, eat your vegetables. Like, it actually does wonders for like, not just your body, but just even like your mental well-being, because the foods and the things that you put in your body in general, it just really makes such a big difference. So I found that when I did that, it really now is starting to take a better toll on me. And that's also going to really put into perspective, okay, what do I want to do with my body activity wise? And so right now, like, I'm taking jogs and walks with my partner, and that's been really beneficial. And I'm just gonna, keep going with that perspective again, like just seeing what works really well with it. So I will say, like, the other thing that ended up happening to me this summer was I decided to, do a lot of self-development. So I did a lot of, reflection over the course of the few months that we had been off. And that was a lot of written. I did some meditation, and I did some, like, mindfulness. And that really put me back into another perspective of like just being more self-aware. I found that when I was writing out all of my thoughts, especially when things were happening to me as they were happening, it really made such a big difference. And that brought me to a place where I felt a lot more confident to kind of just branch out, with a lot of any sort of issues that I was having. I just felt a lot more confidence to be able to tackle them on myself. So that was a big deal. And it is something that I hope we can discuss further in another Color Me Well episode. But I definitely feel like my mental awareness and my mental state has been in a much better place. As for the last thing, it was really interesting because you really don't know how much you accomplish until you kind of tell people or you show people. And I think that was the one thing with this pandemic. It just felt like you couldn't really do that. Like it was something where I was also trying to be self-conscious of the people around me and just like not really like showcase everything that was going on. And even vice versa, like just having people like being in front of people, I was also trying to be careful. But the one thing that I was really proud of, and especially around our condo, was we did a lot of developments. And I'm the one person like right now with living here with my partner, like I really want our space to be more homely. And what I really, really, really loved that I did over this course of the summer is that I finally like did, you know, something to the bathroom. I did something to the bar area. I did something to our garden and, allowed things to grow there. And it was just so nice to be able to have these things that I could say I did, like, or even my partner and I did together. And I only really realized that when there was a friend that I hadn't spoke to in such a long time. And she was like, tell me what's been going on with your condo. I really want to know. And I ended up sending her all these photos and all these videos. And she was like, this is amazing. Like, this is such a difference from what I saw the condo 2, 3 years ago versus now. And so I feel really proud of it. I feel really happy with the space that we've created so far. And it's just inspiring me further to continue that and just to make this space like more of our own. But it just goes to show like anything that you do, you honestly will never know until you actually sit there and list out every single thing that you've done. And you, at that point, you're just like, I'm actually proud of myself. I'm really accomplished. So I think it just kind of came back to the point where it's like, okay, I need to actually do that more often with myself. I need to be able to sit there and say, these are my accomplishments. These are the things that I did. It's a big deal. It's actually a really big deal. And you did a good job. And that's amazing. And really just big yourself up for that reason. So I honestly felt like that was like a big deal for me. And you've seen it too, Denise. So like it's great. And like I really appreciated where your thoughts and your process on that as well, because it was really flattering to hear that, you really appreciated all the things that I did with my space as well.
And it was great. And one of the things that I hear all the time, like obviously I don't know if there's any statistical information behind this, but I always hear that, when it comes to relationships, home renovations are one of the things that really can cause friction between couples. So the fact that you and your partner were able to really create and build, a space that felt uniquely descriptive of both of you, that's definitely an accomplishment. I'm not going to lie, sometimes I think I want my partner to just let me have the reins when it comes to home decorations. So yes, that's definitely an accomplishment. I honestly agree, and I'm so glad that you guys had the opportunity to do that, and that you recognize the value of that's an accomplishment for sure.
I will say, like, it's been good to kind of just like take that time away, and just be able to like do all these things, like, apart from each other, but like also like checking in every so often. Like, the one thing that I do appreciate about you, Denise, is that, we can always take some time apart, but like we always come back to each other. Like, nothing's ever changed, just like this channel. It's really been a blessing like that. But it just relates back to this connective feeling of not feeling that pressure. That's exactly how I feel when I think about this conversation and what we've done and what we've learned.
I agree. So I also definitely love the fact that we can take a break from each other, and then when we reconnect, it's as if nothing's changed, and really it's because nothing's changed. And I think that speaks to the security we have with ourselves and the security we have with our friendship, our relationship. It's really hard to feel like we can reconnect again after some distance in time if that relationship doesn't feel secure. And I feel like I've been blessed with friends such as yourself and all of the people around us, that we can feel that way and take a break from each other, have our own personal time to do what we got to do, because life, and still come back and enjoy each other's company. And I think that's such a blessing, definitely to have. And that's something that I noticed was so important, not just this summer but throughout the pandemic as well, is that we all have we're all at different stages right now in terms of socializing once again.
Mhm.
And even within the same group of friends that you think, oh, we all think relatively similarly, we're not all at the same comfort level in terms of seeing each other or meeting up and gathering. And that's what I learned over the past year and some is that um, being able to respect that and meeting each other halfway and not giving each other the pressure to socialize, because that can be anxiety inducing. It's a great way of respecting each other's boundaries. And I think that's so important, especially now as we go into the holidays, because typically holidays tend to equate to social gatherings. And sometimes those social gatherings can be a huge source of pressure and a huge source of anxiety for some. So hopefully we can carry this no pressure feeling through over the next couple of months as we go into Thanksgiving, as we go into the Christmas season and New Year's. Let's it's good to carry on that understanding that we still all have our boundaries, and not everyone's at the same pace right now, but it's not something that should detract from our friendship and our ability to connect. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. As you can tell from the video, Jacqueline and I are going to be a little bit less rigid with our schedule. We probably won't be following a weekly release anymore, just because there's so many things going on right now, and we want to make sure we're able to balance everything out. But other than that, we hope you still enjoy what we're trying to do in this channel, and that you can find value in our videos as well. And if they do, please hit like and subscribe. And that's it for us for this year. We'll see you all in the new year. Happy holidays again, guys. Bye.